Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. Now, I'm starting to get really involved with this now because I'm actually starting to see some progress. So this is the third update that I'm going to show really for my Wands plugin. Now, I've changed a lot of how it works. I've added an extra spell, I believe it's there, which I'll be showing nearer to the end of the video. But I've changed the way that spells are now granted, so when you start off, well, just ignore that, that's debugging data. You get the standard book of spells grade 1, and I meant to show you that, but I forgot, so I'll show you the next one you get. And if you right click it, it gives you the 3 spells associated with that spellbook, which are Agrumenti, Incendio, and Wingardium Leviosa. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, sometimes they appear in the wrong order. Now, that is currently the right order, but let's see if it's changed. No, it hasn't. Sometimes Wingardium Leviosa goes first, and I don't know whether that's the way it reads the spells out of the package, but yeah. So, what's changed about it now is I've implemented a level system, which means that you'll only get the next set of levels once you've reached level 2, level 3, and I've named it after the years at Hogwarts because, well, this is a magic spell system. Excuse me. So, yeah, I've got Agrumenti selected. So, I'm just going to cast it a set number of times. And as you can see, it tells me, you have gone up a year, you are now year 2. That means that I've now got the standard book of spells grade 2. Now, it's not going to be as easy as that. I've got a document which has got the final values for now that I'd like to set. And it's going to be quite hard to get to the higher levels. I mean, it's going to be fairly easy at the start. In fact, what I might do is I might just get it up and just read off the general sort of like numbers. So projects, wand plugin, XP art. Yeah, I know there's a circular reference warning. I'm just using the equations so that I can work out the numbers. Okay, so to go from level 1 to 2, it'll be about 25. 2 to 3, 100, 3 to 4, 225, 4 to 5, 400, 5 to 6, 625, and 6 to 7, 900. So they're the general numbers that can be expected. And currently, I've got it set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for the years. But that's only because I've got the well, the number of XP you get per successful spell is 0.1. That will probably change as well when I decide when I'm going to balance everything, and so yeah, that will probably change as well, but currently that's what I've got it set at so I can test it. So I'll show you what this is. There's nothing really fancy, it's just a cosmetic item really that allows you to unlock the rest of, well, the books associated with it. And so, Standard Book of Spells Grade 2 contains a set of spells that Year 2 students should learn. In fact, I've got that everywhere where it capitalizes the number. I'm going to have to fix that one. But the spells associated with this one at the moment are Expelliarmus and Arvis, and so if I right click on that, it will give me Expelliarmus and Arvis. Now, Expelliarmus disarms opponents, so whatever they're holding in their main hand slot, well, it gets rid of. And Arvis, I may have shown you, summons chickens. Now, it does 5 of them, and they should die after 10 seconds, so I'll just let that go. I'll just explain how successful spells work. So, a spell is classed as successful when the desired effect happens. So, for Agrumenti, because it summoned water, that is a successful spell, and that one's one of the more easier ones to do. Same with Arvis. That one's really easy to do, and in fact I've just gone up to year 3 because of that. Woohoo! Wingardium Leviosa. Oh, it didn't do it in time. But it levitates one up in the air, and as soon as it hits, it's cast as successful. I'm going to make some of them harder to get successful. But, yeah. So for Agramenti and Incendio, it's just whether it actually shows an effect. Wingardium Leviosa, whether it levitates the opponent, the mob or whatever. Expelliarmus, if it successfully disarms the opponent. Arvis is one of the easier ones. I might switch that to a year 1 one. I'll just go through these last ones. So the last 3 are Diffindo, Axio, which is a new one, and Episci. So I will just show you those in here. Diffindo, if it removes leaves or shears a sheep, then it's successful. Axio, if it summons, then it's successful. And Episci is currently broken, so I can't show you that one. And it's been broken for quite a while, and I'm not sure how to fix it. I was doing something where it would heal just over what the... well, because it still uses an arrow to do all the guidance. Then... oops. I've been taking off the damage of the arrow and adding a little bit extra on. It's just certain mobs have got more and certain mobs have got less health than others, meaning that if I try and heal more than what they've got, it just fails and doesn't heal them at all. Which means that at the moment it's just killing off all the mobs. And so I tried resetting the maximum health, but that doesn't actually seem to be working. So what I'm going to have to do is sit down and fiddle for a few hours to get that working. And I'm just going to turn the audio down because it's starting to get annoying for me. If you're wondering which texture pack I'm using, it's Chroma Hills. It provides a really nice stick texture that looks like a wand. And, yeah, it doesn't exactly have the slider bars. The last 2 are Sectum Sempra and Avada Kedavra. Now, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to bestow those spells. Sectum Sempra is in an other category. It's not exactly a dark art spell, but it's not exactly one that you would learn at Hogwarts naturally. And so it's in a category called Other. And Avada Kedavra is a dark art spell. I've thought of a way of doing Crucio, but that'll need a little bit of experimentation to get fully working. So, yeah. You saw how, as you went up the levels by casting successful spells, you got spell books. Currently, there is only 3 levels in at the moment. I've actually put myself a level cap system in at the moment, which is set to year 3, which means that because there's no spells after that, it's not bestowing any books, because the books would just be empty anyway. And that would mean that if they reached, say, year 4, and got an empty book, then they wouldn't get anything. Which means that if I then added year 4, then it would effectively mean that they would be missing out on the year 4 spells. And so it's just a way to make sure that it's fair for everyone, so that nobody's, well, cut short. And so I'm just going to demonstrate. That's not die. They look so similar to me. I'm just going to show you what Axio does. Oops. Because, oops, I kind of like it. I found it by accident, because, well, it's effectively the same as Wingardium Leviosa, but instead of teleporting 2 above where it was, it's 2 above the player, and so I'll just zoom out a bit. Oh. That's because I have it on Wingardium Leviosa. And I don't know if you saw, but it pulled it right above me. And in fact, what I might do is I might plonk one on the ground, so you can actually see it better and see how good my aim is. No, don't move. No, it's not doing it at all. And as you can see, it pulled it towards me. That's probably the best I can show you at the moment. It's one of the harder ones to actually get right because I'm going to turn the sound off. That's better. It's one of the harder ones to do because it's really hard to actually get it to hit the mob because, as you can see, the spell effects come straight out of in front of you. I don't know. No, they're slightly above you, and so that's just. It's a little bit hard to actually see if you're aiming correctly. And if I do that, you can see that it only goes as far as there, and I was aiming more towards the cactus. In fact, aimed directly on the cactus. Yeah, it only goes really to that block, and so I don't know if it's actually possible to go too far. I mean, if you hold it at a 45-degree angle-ish, that's where it'll go the furthest. But yeah. So the last thing, what are these things that are appearing in chat? Well, currently my plan is to have this on a server. Now that's far from being finished, so please don't ask me about it. And what I'm doing is I'm currently just outputting to the chat window the data that it would be sending when it saves. So it's just sending the user ID of the player just so that it can give it back to the right user. The selected spell that they've got, all the spells that they've unlocked, and their current experience. And so that's the current data that I have. Now, I don't know exactly how I'm going to save the data. I'm going to save it to some form of database, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. And my cat has decided that it wants to know what's under my bed, but it can't get there. Anyway, yes, I am in fact a wizard. I have a cat. Either that or I'm insane. I don't know what people's opinions are as well, but I was wondering, should Defindo work on cacti? If you think yes, maybe just comment below. If you think no, comment below as well. And if you really just don't care, then well, whatever you think. And in fact, that's a little bit of a bug in my opinion, because it looks like water's rendering on top of particles. That is really weird. I've never noticed that before. That is majorly odd. Anyway, that's completely different. Right. So, yeah, if you can think of any ways that I might bestow these ones as well. The general idea from the server that I wanted was to combine a faction system with this so that it would be effectively Hogwarts students versus Death Eaters. Now, before anyone asks, the Hogwarts students not going to have any real set houses. I will make it available so that you can actually, I don't know, have Hogwarts uniforms if you really want them. But that would be exclusively for the Hogwarts side, and the Death Eaters would just get black robes. And yeah, I think that if I could do something like a Battle of Hogwarts, where there would be capture the flag type posts like the Astronomy Tower, Herbology, Hagrid's Hut, then that would be quite good, because then there'd be something to be fighting for, which I think would be quite fun, to be honest. I've never written a system like that yet, so I'd need to work a bit on prototyping a few ideas. If anyone knows of anyone who's done it in the past, say there's a server before that's got some capture the flag sort of systems, then just maybe comment them below. If it's on a server, then give me the IP address and I'll check them out. Not just any IP address. I'm not just going to join any servers. I'll have a look at them, but if they don't involve capture the flag stuff, then I probably won't stay on them. I just want to know of any systems that exist so I can just find out how they work, so that I've got a few ideas to get me started. But anyway, that's what I've got currently. It's still far from being finished, though I do have a server set up already, which means that as soon as I've got something that I'm ready for people to test, then I'll make the IP visible. I'll port forward all of the things that need port forwarding, because currently they're all turned off, just because I don't want people messing with the network. um, so yeah, once there's something to test, I'll let people know, and yeah. Let's see if I can break some cacti. Ooh, I don't know. Oh, that didn't work. Wanted it to break all of them. Mew, mew. It's an easy way to break cacti. Found that the other day. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. If you want to see more of these, then just please click subscribe. I'm going to be working quite a lot on this plugin. Um, just making sure that it gets finished, because I'm actually really enjoying making it, and I know a lot of people have enjoyed seeing what's been going on with it, and I know that some of you are probably just itching to try it out yourself, which is why I want to get the server up as soon as possible. But because it's only me working on it, then there's not really that much. And to be honest, I've just got 22 cacti. That's not bad. This isn't exactly a let's play, but oh, I can't do that. So yeah. Whoops. So yeah, once I've got something worth testing, then I'm going to probably put out the IP address in the description. I'll probably even title the video with the IP address, just so that people can see. It won't be a full world, it'll probably be something like this, just with a glass or bedrock border, just keep people in so that they just don't randomly wander off. There's a lot of other stuff that I'd like to get into this, such as apparition. Although Hogwarts really doesn't have apparition for the younger students, I'm thinking I might restrict it to Year 7 students, stuff like that. But yeah, there's still a lot of stuff I'd like to get in. Oh, one thing that I did put in, which isn't actually fully tested, is in Year 6, in the books, students can learn to do non-verbal spells. And so I was thinking of setting it all up so that you could learn non-verbal skills. In fact, the code is there, it's just it's not tested because well, I've just not really had the time to create some Year 4, 5 and 6 spells just to get there. And so when I first put it on a server to test, there will only be spells up to Year 3. In fact, what I want to do is set it up so that there's a large number of spells for Year 1, 2 and 3. Enough to effectively be almost like the final piece. And then I'm going to do a load for 4, 5 and 6, and then 7. But because there's only, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 current year spells, 7 if you omit the broken one, I'd like to maybe get twice the number of that just for the first 3 years. And so, yeah, there's still a lot that I'd like to do. I've been... if people want to know the list that I've been using, I've just been putting Harry Potter spells into Google and just choosing the first Wikipedia link. It's got quite a few on there, and excuse me, it's been quite good. I've been thinking of adding Patronuses in, but I'd like to get Death Eaters working first. I was thinking of doing black particle effects and just having them float around, so just ooh, ooh, and just stuff like that. But instead of it shooting forward, they'd actually be staying in one place, and so that would be the equivalent of Death Eaters. So yeah, I need to before I do anything for Patronuses, I need to get them working first. I need to get them to try and attack and kill the player, which would be interesting. They won't be sort of like around all the time, but if I ever do stuff like world events, there could be a Death Eater attack where there'd just be hundreds of them. You've got Expecto Patronum. In fact, it'd be more like I don't know, Expecto Patronum with sort of like that colour. In fact, Is Axia the same? Yeah, Axia says it. Expecto Patronum. Expecto Patronum. And as soon as it, say, I don't know, hit them. Because I've been working on the portal gun, I know exactly how I'd like to do them, and it means that actually detecting if the spell is hit them is a lot easier because I know how to do that. Um, so yeah. Anyway, I've just been rambling on for literally 10 minutes about future plans, and you can tell that there's a lot that I want to get done, but unfortunately, I don't want this to drag on for too long, otherwise people are going to think there's a massive amount that I want to show you, and really there actually hasn't been. So, if anyone does come with any ideas, then please just let me know, and you never know, I might add them. But that must be all for now, otherwise I'm going to ramble on for ages. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.